And we're back with more new Revolution Wrestling Television. Cedric the Hitman getting ready to take on the legend of the Pacific Northwest, C.W. Bergstrom.
And let me just say one thing here really quick. I'm not going to soil a perfectly good match by talking about Exile, but later tonight I want a few minutes on television to talk about Exile. But tonight, let's talk about C.W. Bergstrom, a man who, you know, I think a lot of modern day fans, a lot of fans from the past couple of years might acquaint me with wrestling in Portland, or Portland wrestling, if you will. But believe me, what you're looking at right there in the ring is the last champion of the real Portland wrestling. Don Owen ran that champion, that promotion, Portland Wrestling, and you're looking at the last man to hold the title, a man who never lost the title, C.W. Bergstrom.
Very true, a man who never lost the Pacific Northwest heavyweight title. It was actually later stripped from him for a federation you're very familiar with, ECCW, Skeg. And Cedric already immediately getting on the case of the fans here tonight. I don't understand it. I don't understand why these people hate Cedric so much.
Well, I've heard you out here talking about that on TV before. Let me explain it to you. Cedric has all the talent in the world. He's a very physically fit individual. But you see what's going on right here. He is not a Richie Magnet. He's not playing games with C.W. Bergstrom. The man doesn't have enough confidence in himself to get the job done by himself. He's afraid and standing outside of the ring, waiting for C.W. Bergstrom to come out and do something to him. He's afraid of C.W. Bergstrom. He's afraid to get in the ring, and he knows he can't get it done, which is why Nate the Great or Katrina Royale is usually at ringside with him.
Well, I don't know anybody that wouldn't be a little hesitant to get in the ring with C.W.
But the point is that you're a wrestler. You're supposed to be a man. You get in there and you go toe-to-toe with your opponent.
Well, look at the guy's size compared to C.W. Bergstrom.
But yeah, well, I guess we just saw right there. C.W. Bergstrom just tossed Cedric.
Cedric insisting that CW pulled his hair. I don't think the ref is gonna. The ref is actually having a conversation about the hair pull. That's what I'm talking about. This ref is on the take. I'm telling you. After last week's incidents here at the Bergstrom Rec Center, that referee's got to be either in
Whoa! Another beautiful.
And Cedric going all the way outside the ring.
And Cedric, of course, see, this is the type of stuff. This is exactly why the fans do not like Cedric, because he plays these type of stupid games and really just makes himself look like a jackass by complaining, obviously, oh, he pulled my hair. Cedric obviously has no hair. Haha, we all get the joke. But the bottom line is, if Cedric does get in the ring, whoa. And speaking of guys who can get in the ring, if we look over to our left here, if we can get the camera to look just a little bit to the left, Richie Magnet actually at ringside right now.
I don't know what Richie's doing out here. I don't know if he's scoping out Cedric after their match last week, or if he's looking at C.W. Bergstrom, the other legend here in NRW.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what kind of relationship we've seen. Obviously, Richie Magnet here with Buddy Wayne and Matt Farmer and other veterans of the Pacific Northwest wrestling scene. Obviously, C.W. Bergstrom fits that bill twofold, tenfold. And like you said, you brought up a good point. Richie wrestled Cedric last week. Maybe he wants to see exactly how his old friend, old enemy. I don't know what the history between Richie Magnet and C.W. Bergstrom is. I'm sure there is one.
I'm not too familiar about the history between these two I don't recall Richie ever working for Portland Wrestling, and I don't know about CW working places I've seen Richie work at, but clearly Richie scoping him out here tonight. And one thing I want to say is I've been watching C.W. Bergstrom wrestle for 15 years, and the only thing that has changed about that man is the color of his hair. He looks exactly the same physically as he did 15 years ago.
C.W. Bergstrom is in some tremendous shape, and there you see. And oh! Wow!
I would not want to be Cedric right now.
And I can tell you from personal experience, there's nothing these fans love more than a good chop.
I think we're going to hear another one here.
Oh, man! C.W. Bergstrom laying them in here to Cedric here at Gresham. Oh! And that one right there, I'll tell you what, that one was less of a chop. That one was just a thud, a sick thud to the chest. Basically just clubbed Cedric in the chest, and I'd be surprised if Cedric has all of his wind right now.
Cedric throwing CW's head into the top turnbuckle, and now raking his eyes across the top rope. Come on, ref. Now, the ref needs to get in there. so lax on these guys from the Royal Empire and the Syndicate. I just can't believe it.
Cedric being very smart now, going to work on the leg of CW Bergstrom. You can see CW very smart, got right back to his feet so that he could be at an offensive standpoint to fight off this attack from Cedric.
And I don't know the situation with CW's leg. Clearly you can see he does wear a brace on that left knee.
I'll tell you what, professional wrestling is not an easy business, and CW Bergstrom's been around for a while, so you can guarantee that he's got some injuries that have accrued on his body right there. Again, but once again, I don't think you can see it on television, but Richie Magnet still is just standing here at ringside. Oh! Cedric just chop blocked CW Bergstrom right there.
Cedric slowly chopping the bigger man down to size now. Going for those nefarious tactics again. This is the second time now. The ref not giving him a yellow card. I don't know what's going on here. Cedric cheats every time he comes out here and wrestles. And I don't even understand why Cedric cheats. He can wrestle really good. He's an incredible athlete. But for some reason, I guess like you said, the confidence is somewhat lacking. So he feels he has to utilize those rule-breaking tactics to win a match.
It might even be, and I'm not even saying this to be funny or to make fun of him, but it might be sort of that short man's complex, you know what I mean? Like, he's always looking up to everybody else, and the fact of the matter is, he just feels like he needs to do it. And the fact is, we saw at the beginning of this match, he might need to use that type of tactic against CW Bergstrom.
And he's really wearing down the left knee of CW here. Double axe handle to the upper back. Another one. CW slowly trying to get back up to his feet. Looks like CW's getting a little mad.
Of course he's mad. If you had someone stomping you like that, you'd be pissed too. And CW... Oh.
Japanese move almost.
It was called an insecurity, but...
It almost like that Shining Wizard.
Shining Wizard a bit differently there, but Cedric actually had him in perfect position right there. And but yeah, it's going to take a lot more than that to get even a 2 count on CW Bergstrom.
And now just drop kicking the knee of CW.
I don't think that had the impact that he wanted because CW Bergstrom was actually on his knee at that point.
You see a dragon screw here. Exactly what we're going to see. Just trying to tear that knee apart. CW needs to get to the ropes. Oh! Just wrenching down on that leg.
Oh! Anybody who doesn't understand what a boot to the ear can do to you hasn't lived. But
Cedric going right back to the legs, just chopping that tree down.
Once again, really smart wrestling. And if I were Cedric, I'd be a little aware of the fact that Richie Magnet, once again, is standing right over just to the left of them.
Well, I don't think Cedric's too concerned about Richie Magnet.
And that would be a mistake.
Kicked by Richie last week.
Right there to meet him.
CW got him. Are we going to see a top rope choke slam? Oh! Takes him halfway across the ring and dumps him.
That's it.
CW Bergstrom with a win here tonight in his debut in New Revolution Wrestling.
Richie Magnet is nodding, perhaps in approval, but I'll tell you what, to say that was an impressive debut would be an extreme, gross understatement.
CW has seen Richie Magnet. Richie now walking to the back.
I think you need to go get a word with CW Bergstrom.
I'll tell you what, me and Richie go way back. I mean, way back. And he's, in his day, he was known as kind of a bad dog. So, I guess it's as good as mine was.